Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another rock and metal news video. We're going to talk about Sick New World that happened yesterday in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, what up everybody? It's your boy Trevor, back with another rock and metal news video.
They said over 65 artists were supposed to perform from 11 a.m. to midnight. That's crazy to get that many artists to perform when a lot of these 3-day festivals have this amount of artists spread out through 3 days or 4 days, like Welcome to Rockville, Louder Than Life, Incarceration, Sonic Temple, and Aftershock. These are festivals that have over 60 artists, but they're performing within a 3 to 4 day time frame. People online that I talked to said this festival had sound quality issues. They said the two main stages, the big stages, gave you a big festival feel, like you were at Welcome to Rockville, you were at like a huge festival like Hellfest, and the smaller stages just seemed very rushed. Seemed like it was very intense, very fast-paced, and very rushed, meaning if a band started at like 12 to 12:30, they had to get that band off stage immediately to get the next band on stage by like 12:35. And then the next band, if they're playing like a half an hour, has to get off stage and set up like that. So it kind of reminds you of the old school Ozfest days where a lot of these shows, like Ozfest, you had to get the band off and you only had like a 2 or 3 minute switch out time. People were saying that the smaller stages had like almost like an audio distorted sound where you can hear all the stages at once. Some people were saying that there was audio bleeding where, like, if you were listening to, let's say, Slaughter to Prevail at one stage, and on the other stage was, let's just say for an example, System of the Down on the small stage, right? They were saying, I know those were, no, I'm just using that as an example, those were two bands that you could hear, like if you're in one area, hear all the music at once, and there's some negativity that comes out of it. Like the person I was talking to, they said the main stages felt very professionally well done. It felt very good. It felt like it was a great show. But the smaller stages felt like a little bit amateurish. And it doesn't matter how good of sound engineers you have, how good the guy running that soundboard is. If you have so many stages that are close together, you're going to get audio leakage. You're going to get that because the stages are so close. Like I said, Sick New World is becoming a new music festival that is getting big, it's getting attraction. They might later down the road do 2 days, do 3 days, but I think the festival grounds that they have, maybe it's a little small. Maybe that's why they have to have so many bands perform at so many times and they have audio issues. Because I heard this in 23 and now in 24 that they had weird audio issues. But like I said, it doesn't matter how good of a sound engineer you are, you're going to get that audio leakage because of the lack of space that you have. And at least at like a Welcome to Rockville Music Festival, the stages are so spread out and there is downtime at these festivals. Like sometimes you get downtime where you're not always just having music after music after music. There might be 20 minutes in between artists that you want to see, but at like a music festival like this, they got to put on 65 bands in a 12-hour time frame, so they just have to keep constantly pumping out bands. So for me, it's not even like the old school Ozfest who had 20 bands, because Ozfest back in the day had 2 stages. The same thing with Earth Day Birthday, which is a music festival here in Central Florida. It's a 1-day festival with about 12 bands, but they do it with one big main stage and one small stage, but they're so far apart that if the main stage is performing while the small stage is performing, let's say Seether is performing on the big stage and you have Asking Alexandria on the small stage, you're so far spread out, you're not going to hear any audio leakage, you're not going to hear anything, and the sound quality is low enough that you're not going to hear them how spread out they are. But at the end of the day, do I think festivals like this need to happen? Absolutely. It gives artists the opportunity to play their ass off and to perform. I don't care if it's Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, whatever the artist is, it's good to see more festivals popping up so fans and artists alike have a platform that they can perform music for and actually have shows for people to see. My only downfall was I had to buy a plane ticket. It was in Vegas, and by the time I wanted to look up tickets, it was sold out like that, and you had to get a hotel on top of it. It would have been like almost $2,000 for two people. Is it worth it? Yeah, Vegas is a badass location for shows, right? Vegas is a destination for entertainment. You got music, comedy, the best food on the planet. But for me, I just think and I hope this festival continuously grows and they get more artists, more bands, maybe add an extra day so you're not cramming so many artists into one day, which to me is crazy because at the amount of shows I go to, like Welcome to Rockville, which I'm going to be going to in May in about 2 weeks, if you had every band that they're going to have perform there for the 4 days, do it in one day, I would miss so many artists and so many bands that I would love to see. But as always, it's your boy Trevor back with another rock and metal news video. Just one.